What a shit week. Okay, it's a sensitive subject. It's going to piss a lot of people off when I say this, but there's a reason why people in my line of work hate solar. And I'm sure there's a couple agents out there who think it's, the bee's knees, but it complicates an already complicated process. And if you buy your system and pay for the system and own it free and clear, fine. Absolutely fine. Good for you. I'm glad that you made that decision. But if you buy the system because the salesperson tells you it's going to increase your value of your home, they're lying to you. If you buy the system and put it on payments and they say, oh, it's really easy, the new buyers will just take over your loan. They'll just take it over. It's no problem. They're lying to you. It is not just no problem. It is not just easy peasy. I have some very heartbroken buyers right now because they were actually willing and able to take on the $300 a month payment. Not every buyer is willing. Not every willing buyer is able. But my clients, they're like, you know what? We wouldn't mind having solar on our property. You know what? That payment still falls within our debt to income ratio. We're willing to do it. Let's go forward. Let's march towards closing. And they applied it over to assume the loan on the solar. And the solar company says, oh, hey, we're really sorry. The seller's account has not reached the target balance yet and is non-assumable. So the seller has put the system on about 2 years ago and their balance isn't low enough for the buyer to assume it. So they won't even process the assumption paperwork or the application because the seller's account isn't assumable. So we have a seller who wants to sell and a buyer who wants to buy, and you know who's standing in the middle? Good Leap Solar. Good Leap Solar is standing in the middle because even though my client is willing to take on the entire $50,000 balance and the $300 a month payment and qualifies to do so, and the seller's happy to get rid of it, Good Leap has said, no, we're not willing to, it was part of your contract, you agreed that it would be at the target balance, and it is not. I am sure the target balance has something to do with the federal credits and all of the incentives that, tax incentives that the company used to approve the sellers to get the system. I'm sure that's what it is. It doesn't make it any less shitty. It doesn't make it any less sucky for my clients that they're not able to buy a house that they want to buy. It makes it way less sucky for the sellers who are not able to sell a house because they have to find someone who's now not only willing to take on the payment, qualifies for the payment, but will also bring more money to the table to buy down the seller's target balance. That's why realtors hate solar.